Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday stream painting in Photoshop. Let's start right away with painting. We're gonna continue on our monkey picture. I'm just wondering, I was normally always able to skip actually skip the song with one button, but it doesn't work right now. Okay. That makes some things harder, but we'll get through it. We'll be able to manage. Alexa, stop. I don't know why Alexa's suddenly want to share some ideas. To make this whole thing work. Because in the past it was like, let me press record. Let me don't forget to record this. There you go, okay. Hit record. There we go. Yeah, now it's working. Okay. I don't know why. Anyway. One hand was bigger than the other one. And that's why I decided to just mirror the other hand from the right to the left. We had to make some changes to make it actually look smoother, the transition, because it looks like a little bit of copy and paste. And what also is important, I'm gonna go back to this part because I want the fur, of course, also. Like so. So. We're gonna move all this. To where it was. A little bit higher. And we will have to fill that gap. I might want to go even, I'll put on a separate layer. I'll go in with my gray. And normally I put in spatter was the one I liked, I guess. Well, I set the opacity to like, I don't know, 77%. And let's put in the color. because it has a nice, for the background, a nice furry feeling. So, right. After that, let's try to mix the transition here. So, and then we're gonna paint on top. We're gonna merge it all. Color pick this middle gray. And then you already see that it's kind of getting loose. Now, yep. Let's kind of stick to this. Gives that nice feeling of this kind of messy fur, right? There are other fur brushes, but I don't know, they didn't do it for me, they didn't cut it. Then we go here, and the more you go into the bright, I decrease a little bit the size of the brush to work out like strands. Also play a little bit with the pressure I'm applying. So, and then go one brighter. To accentuate it. To go a little bit down with the opacity. I want to kind of give the impression that the outer light, the outer corner of the fur. Anthony Barry, thanks for the follow. Thanks for sharing your time with me here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I want the corner of the fur to look a little bit like the light is coming from the back and the top. So we are making the corners here a little bit shined on. Okay, I think I'm trying to make the strands here not just so random, look a little bit more like strands. And you work your way from blurry to sharp, right? You might even decrease, it's a soft edge, you can, where it's looking a little bit too boxy, you can erase a little bit to create a transition. Okay, and now let's try to go in with even brighter colors. I don't know, like the opacity of his teeth. We need more opacity, and I'm erasing, that's the point. You make it a little wavy. We have a smoothing of 14%, that's fine, so it makes the line we're drawing a little bit more, not so shaky. You can add, even zoom in a little bit. This corner we wanted to have illuminated. It's getting now a nice shine when we are tipping it in these white hair on the corner of this. And I want to try something, but I don't know if I will figure it out. It's called subsurface scattering. That means when you have something really thin, like hair, or like even thin skin, and there is a light source behind it, the light will go through it, will go actually inside the material, and will reflect a little bit inside. And what that does with the color is, it increases the saturation. That's why when you have, like, let's say your ear close to a light bulb is behind it, your ear suddenly looks way redder than it is. That's because the light is to a certain extent going inside the material and reflecting, bouncing in there, and that's what's increasing the saturation, you know. Same thing is with gems. Beautiful gems, when they shine in light even better, because the light is going in and bouncing in there. The problem here is that we have some hairs are going to the left and some hairs are going to the right. I don't want to make it look too weird, you know. I'm making a little bit bigger brush to create like the base of that, and then I go thinner and make single hair actually, like so. Trying to do the same here. So here, the hair is kind of messy. It kind of sometimes goes like in the right direction, goes to the left, so it's curly and messy. They even overlap. Try to fade out a little bit on the white. I don't want to make everything an area of focus. You can go even more blurry the further down you go. Now we need to make a good transition from the hair to the arm, for example. There was another brush, it's called Good One. Let's pick up the color around here. Let's try to go over it. I have to go over the hands. This is good. Like so. Can always color pick where we are and blur it. Let's lower the opacity to make some more layers of transition here. Make it a little bit softer. And actually, I think even I should go back to the hairbrush, because it's the transition between skin and hair. You too. Good. And here, I'm gonna pick that one too. Good. And let's give him back a beard. Horror Crime, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. How are you doing? I hope all is good. That's a little bit too strong. Let's only apply a little bit of pressure. We can go a little bit darker even. Let me just check if the chat function is working. Yes, it does. Thanks, Fake Lucy, for the 3 hearts. Okay, what we can do now, I want to do some more detailed hair, like this color, because we are going from blurry to more detailed. That was our plan, right? It's too strong. Let's go down with the opacity. I'm gonna merge those. Still have a little bit shaky of a transition here. Sharp corner. Okay, good. Yeah, I think we're doing great. Yeah, do your thing, man. Cool cat emoji, by the way. I really want to do own emojis for this channel too. But this one is a cool one. Tenebris Art. Thanks for the raid. What's going on? Cool stuff. I want to give that a follow. Tenebris, let me... Tenebris, I guess you're doing art, right? Let me search that. I'm gonna send people over to you also when I know how to raid, actually. Tenebris. Alright. You gotta follow. Cool shit. You are making my day. Cool shit. Yeah, hello everybody. Hello art lovers. No, like, even the smallest community is a community, right? I was asked to do a commissioned work. This is for actually a hair salon. And the owner, I know her, and she asked me to do 3 pictures, like 3 monkeys where they close their ears, their eyes, and the mouth. And yeah, that's what I'm working on. Mm, nice. I guess too many people in the art section. They want to really focus on the art. I don't know. Maybe are a little bit shy. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I do black and white, and then with do you also use Photoshop? Because then you can use the multiply, right? And then it's easily to color. And I did it actually. This is just one color, you know? This is just one color I added as a multiply layer. This is another color for the mouth. But I'm still working on the grayscale to really work this out. And that's not the only thing. The next project, which I'm gonna start soon, is for a computer game. That's also cool stuff. Like, do you know these 2D fighting games? I don't mean Street Fighter, but it's similar, but you walk through a level from left to right and you have to beat up people. Thanks to everybody. Thanks so much. That's so cool. Crazy shit. Man. I think you're the second person who rated me. The first person was my brother, so I'm really stoked right now. That's cool. That's so cool. Yeah, let's help each other. Let's grow the channels. Okay, I want to try to. Why are you clueless, Horcrane? I want to create a. I want to make this transition a little bit more smooth. And I have the wrong brush because I'm using the spatter for the hair because it has this hairy ending, right? And for the skin tones, I use this one, which is called Good One. Ah, got it, Hawkeye. I'm hoping to maybe get a work in the game dev industry. Maybe, hopefully, we will see. Yeah, I mean, I have no education whatsoever in that thing regard, and it's rather because I am part of a crypto community how I got into that project. But I think it's actually, yeah, you need to excel to become a part of that gaming industry, right? Because I mean, there are so many good people out there painting. Yeah, fucking rough. I think so. So everybody who achieves that, like, props to them. Do you guys know Trent Kanyuga? He's having a art channel on YouTube. Just think you have to type in his name, you find it already. He has the background. He was like doing creative stuff for AAA game studios like Blizzard. So he was working on Diablo and stuff. And then he's opening up his own company. He learned programming and makes his own indie games. And he does like art competitions and stuff. That's cool stuff. Yeah, good luck to you, Tenebris. I hope it works out for you. Let's move this a little bit. Let's try because the hand is on the face and it needs to throw some sort of shadow, right? Here too. It needs to throw a shadow on this part of the face. Then I have to work on this piece. I'm gonna go up a little bit in opacity. Tenebris, what kind of art are you actually doing? Like also when you're doing this video game art, what kind of style is it? Is it the rather realistic style with concept art? Is it stylized? Like what stuff are you drawing? Your fingernails a little bit roughed up, so I should smooth that a little bit. Okay, good. Realistic-ish fantasy. Semi-realish a lot. Yes, send me a link. Absolutely. I'm curious. I want to know. I want to see. I'm putting a bright corner here. I want to make it look painterly, so I'm not using black outlines for that. Oops. Give me the normal tool, color pick, and I can follow with the bright color along the outline. Ah, yeah, I won't. I'll just put it on the side tab here. Okay, got it. I'll look at it later. Thanks for the link. Awesome. Like, I don't know, when I was following you, I saw that you have, I don't know, was it like around 1,000 followers or something? How long have you been streaming? Any tips actually for me how to grow a stream? I guess it's consistency, right? Showing up all the time. here. Let's beef up the corners here a little bit. Put that bright corner also on that side. And this needs to be a little bit more standing out. Like so. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think I need to work more on the color now. I can merge some layers. And then actually there's a trick for all those Photoshop users. So we do have the gray layer underneath, right? That's the gray layer. And now you only want that the color you apply is going on this gray layer. How do you do that? You hover with your cursor over this little corner here. You hit the Alt key so that this arrow appears. And when you click it, you make the one layer dependent on the other. So it will only appear where it has the gray layer underneath. Same thing here, but it doesn't matter because it's only in the middle, but same thing here. Look at this left corner here. Do you see this? I went overboard with the brown color. Now when I move it in, it disappears exactly to the borders. $2.5K, awesome. For 6 years, usually often 10 to 15 viewers, which is awesome. Yeah, I mean, you have a point there. It was completely luck for me that you saw me streaming and you felt like I'm gonna raid this place. Ah, okay. Yeah, everybody has a life. Everybody has a life. I want to pick this color. Yeah, that's the other problem. When it is dependent here, then I can't pick the color, so I have to erase that first, pick that color, then pick the other blue color I was using. This. Now I can bring everything back, make it dependent. Oops. Make it dependent. What the heck? What is going on? Where are you? Alt key. Move it in. There you go. Alright. Now I can paint the fur too. Alright. Well, you have a beautiful Sunday. Thanks again for raiding. That was cool. Cool stuff. I'll see you around. I'll definitely look out for you when you're streaming. Alright, I'll see you later. Thanks. Thanks for lurking. And yeah, guys, if anything, like, you don't have anything better to do, just leave the laptop on and open the tab. That's already a big help for the stream. Here now, look. See, you still have the gray edges there, but since the layer is dependent, I can paint like everything, and I won't go over where the gray layer is underneath. That's very helpful. And I actually want to erase some of the gray areas, but with low opacity, so I create some kind of a transition. See, and you already have a beautiful transition here. Here's the Ray-Ban. Well, I think to be in the situation not to do adult stuff anymore, you need to get younger, right? But yeah, I hope you won't have to do that in the future. Maybe your plan is to outgrow the adult stuff? Ah, no, please. That's very black. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit over the top here. Yeah, if there is one wish at the funeral, I don't want to be interrupted. Okay, let me check if I can go in with a little bit more brown here. By doing so, I can get rid a little bit more of the blue. But I have to go a little bit more deeper here. I think that the blue is what's making it darker here. You need to kind of understand how the blue layer and the brown layer are kind of interacting and creating this jump in there. I actually don't want to have jump in color, like a hard contrast. Okay. I'll be talking about my life, and I'll just open the coffin and be like, hold that though. Yeah. Oh man. I hope you will have, as bad as it sounds, I hope far, far in the future you will have your peace during your funeral. Okay, here we need to clear that a little bit because this is the glasses, right? There's this frame in the middle. This is also part of the glass. I'll give it like a silver frame, this too. I worked that already out in grayscale. I just need to avoid that the brown color is making the glasses brown too. And then this thing here. Okay, now I want to do a little bit the inside of the mouth. It has to be kind of the same color like the skin, but it needs to go a little bit more into the red. So I'm gonna go with this. Because it's more skin tone. You can do it redder. Let's try it redder. Something like that. A little bit over. Over the edges, I can still afterwards erase it a bit. I actually want to make it darker because the point is the light source is coming from the top and like the form his muzzle is like the side plane, and the corner of the upper lip, it goes inwards. So it's kind of hidden behind the light source, so I'm gonna make it darker. Like so. Now we're going in. Actually, on that side of the mouth, which is hit by the light, which can be a little bit redder and brighter. And I go into multiply. Here, by the way, too, I should have done multiply. Ah, that's why it was so dark earlier. Maybe I should go normal. Normal. Still go darker. Maybe like that. Yeah, we'll see. This is the mouth. The closer it gets to the inside of the mouth, the more pinkish red it's gonna get. This one is already on multiply. Can erase the teeth later. Don't want to have anything red here. Gray here. Like so. Let's clean the teeth. Wherever I was spilling a little bit the color. Here I'm spilling it on the other side. And the teeth are not gonna stay that kind of gray. They will get like a yellowish tone. I will try to do something regarding the lips. I want to have like maybe a consistent corner of the mouth, a little bit of structure here. Okay, and the lower part here is kinda kind of this color I had before. I want to try this color, yeah, that looks good. I'll put it on multiply again. So it adapts actually the gray. And when I use this multiplying technique, I feel like it dulls sometimes the highlights, you know? So I use that as a chance to go in and make more interesting highlights. Where's the... Oh, there it is, okay. Take a soft edge here to make like a beautiful transition in there. Okay. And I want to make it the part which is around his face, I want to make it more yellowish. Put it on multiply. But then it's also multiplying, I think, the colors I already have underneath, right? That means I might have to erase these areas which I want to add with some different color. I'm gonna make this color. Well, the cool thing is, like, I can make it even with a soft brush. I can make now a nice transition. So sometimes it's gonna mix a little bit with a brown, then it's gonna not. Your face color is not always the same color. Like, for example, around the cheeks, it's a little bit more reddish. Forehead can go more into yellow, stuff like that. So the color in your face, it varies. And I'm gonna try and put that into use. I'm gonna use the layer underneath, set it again to multiply, and let's see how the yellow tone is now working out for us. I have to erase it anyway. The yellow doesn't seem to, it's a little bit too bright. Like, I mean, too saturated, that's the right. I want to use it actually very bright, but a little bit desaturated. Maybe I go even a little bit more to skin tone. You see exactly where it starts combining. With the other color underneath. It gives a cool effect, but I don't want to overdo it. For sure I don't want to overdo it. So I'm gonna erase it where it is too much. The glasses will be without the color anyway. I like how it plays out around the front of his nose, his muzzle, right? Maybe I'm gonna pull it down a little bit more on the side. The yellow. Might look cool. That's... Now I'm causing a problem because I make them on different layers. I need to keep the yellow on the yellow layers. Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to erase it here. And when I put it back in the yellow, I have to jump. I have to jump to the yellow color. So, here too. That's good. Let's see if it makes sense also for the forehead. Only the yellow. All right. Now let's get rid with a sharp eraser, full opacity. We're gonna clean out the sunglasses again. And as you can see, I have tried to put in the reflection of skyscrapers into the Ray-Ban glasses. So and on the gray, I feel like I'll need to correct some lines I'm just seeing right now. To make it the transition here between sunglasses and nose a little bit unclear. So I'm just sharpen these edges here. Okay. Good. Let's clean the teeth. You have to clean them on different layers. There. This is the layer where the gums were affected. Alright. So let's make the gums. They are almost completely white actually. Strong reflections. I only put like a slide of pink. Put it again on multiply. Put them in here. So thing is that they are not completely pink, the gums. They have actually a strong area of white, so I will go in there. And make it a little bit fading. Okay, now let's do some yellow for the teeth. It's already fine, I think. Curious if it is. What's the difference between multiply and to copy them into each other? Not so much. It has to be multiplied to take over what is underneath. I'll make some corners in this yellowish tone. And Then I will go in with a way wider color. Maybe I can just erase the yellow. I put again some yellow on a layer which was not supposed to be there. And to be in better control, I'm gonna erase all the yellow which is painted on the gums layer. There, and then we can go in with the yellow again. So okay. Getting warm. I'm also gonna do something with his hands, I think. Should be easy to paint actually, because we already put all the effort in the grayscale. So I'm gonna paint everything just yellow. Okay. So I'm wondering now, should I also make the hands in this yellowish tone? Kinda makes sense to me. To get this yellow tone again, I have to pick it first. From here, I can activate it all. Decrease a little bit the opacity. Kind of want to make the upper side, like wherever it's hit by light, I want to put in the yellow. Maybe I make his fingernails a little bit of a different tone. Okay, good. And now I can erase whatever else is there. hand are too strong right now, so I'm gonna erase the brown of the hands. Let me try to go to 50%, maybe create some interesting effects here. There, where it's rather dark, I want to keep it there. So on the upper side, I'll keep it. I'll do the yellow here. So then not only the value is changing, but also the saturation, or the tone, the value actually is changing when it goes from light into dark. Because when you go into shadow, you often have it that the color is getting colder actually, more into bluish, you know? So again, we're here on the upper side. Hi. Like so. It's a nice effect, yeah. Right here, a little bit too strong still. I want it soft rendering. Just don't want to have as strong of a corner. Okay. So let's save that. There you go. Monkey Business 10. Okay. Okay. Let's work it out more with the highlights. Where the light is coming from. We know that it's coming from the top. So I want to make that more clear here. So we're gonna, after all this multiplying, as I said, it's dulling it out, the stuff. Ah, cultivate. Ta I haven't seen it that you've been texting. I was just looking at the Twitch stream. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the kind words. So here, see? We're gonna make these corners pop out more. The nose. I feel like I can even go further into the white. So I can make the wrinkles between the nose, I can make them stronger. Man, I think I missed Cultivate texting from Twitter. Then we need a hard, round eraser. I'm gonna bring back the glasses frame. Okay. Make it really jump out here. There you go. This corner, this part of the nose. A little bit thinner, but still bright. I'm gonna pick a slightly different color. I wanna go here. Actually, the lower corner of the nose could also get some of the light, right? Fingernails hit by light. This corner of the finger hit by light. You even have some sort of core shadow. Like you have a couple of different shadows. I think it was 5. On the one hand, you have the middle tones. Then you have the dark tones, so the shadow. Like when you have a sphere, the middle tones, like where the light is coming from, the one which is lighting up, without the highlight, without the reflected light, like just what is making the whole geometry a little bit brighter. And then you have the other half, which makes it a little bit darker. So you have the half tones and the darker tones. And then exactly on the border between those is something it's called the core shadow. And it's the darkest shadow actually. And the reason why it's dark shadow is because you have reflected light from the other side, where you think the part which is the farthest away from the light source would be the darkest. And that's not true because you have other objects there that are reflecting the light, diffuse, which lights it up. So you have the half tones. When I was saying the darker tone, we call the reflected light, okay? We have the half tones, the reflected light in the middle, the core shadow, which is the darkest, and then you have the highlight. It's exactly the reflection of the light, which is from the light source into your eye. I have to pay attention that I don't poke out my eye. And then you have the occluded shadow. Like there are shadows, which it's like, I don't know, a geometry which is casting a set of shadow on something. Like when you have a sphere right in this corner underneath the sphere, you have the occluded shadow there because no light is coming in there, no reflected light, nothing. That's also pretty dark. These 5 types are there. I'm gonna give the knuckles a little bit more light, a little bit more tension. Here too. Okay, good. I want to make sunglasses pop a little more with really strong white. Let's go with the whitest white we have. So there's a little bit more yellow that I wanted to have. Good. I want to give it also an interesting background. I want to put spatters. I want to do like crazy stuff later on. Yeah. Let's say this is where a lot of light is hitting the teeth and actually the gums. Try to make a little bit softer transition here. It's a different layer, so I can still erase it partially. With a soft brush and the opacity turned down. I think that the corners of the teeth, they are too strong. So I'm gonna whiten that up with very bright color, a very bright gray. But with a kind of softer. Not such a strong opacity. It's like a fading. Like a fading contour, you know? Yeah, I don't want him to have like black lines around the teeth. It's kind of weird. I am a little hungry, to be honest. What are we gonna eat? Chicken. Always down for chicken. How are you gonna prepare it? How are you gonna do it, the chicken? Yeah, I like grilled chicken. I think I'm gonna take the matters in my own hand. By brushing the corner in it again. And go up with the opacity of the brush. Now that makes sense. This feels way more natural than those darker lines. But I also have to go darker at some points. This line I'm drawing right now, this is the core shadow. It is kind of the border between the bright tones and the dark ones. Well, I can't erase it because then it's gonna disappear, whatever I did behind it. Well, I'm not so happy with the teeth just yet. Especially in the front. They are way more in one color. And here they look like messy. So let's start to just overpaint it. 100% hard round brush. And then we go from there. Another issue is that the gums behind, they also have different colors. They have darker spots, and when I go in with a very like color for the teeth of the same tone, then it will make still a sharp sharp line of contrast. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this one out now. It's already too dark. I can go a little bit higher, and this will be the corner then. This will be the corner between tooth and gum. Here too. There the teeth are already a little bit darker, that's fine. You kind of want to, because it's, to have an overview of all the layers, what they do is problematic. So I'm gonna merge all these face layers. And that was the worst thing I could do. Huh. I need to get a little bit of this reddish thing out there. It's not so easy to find though. There it is. This is the tone, and because it was going into the teeth. Okay. What else do we have here? We want to make these corners down there brighter, right? I'm gonna start with this. Especially here. because the inner side of the teeth is facing upwards. When you agree with that, that means since the light is coming from the upper side, it needs to be hit by light, right? That's why I'm brightening this one up now. Here it's kind of going into his mouth. So partly is only hit by light. This is hit. Brightened up. And I might go in again and make like a sharp white line. So, then let's make this white. So you know exactly where the tip of the tooth is. This red part. Let me pick up the color. I want to pick up this reddish color so I can finish. Yeah. Come on. Okay. I can move the gums more in between the teeth. So. Okay. So let's do more of the highlights. This color, for example. The lips. They are for sure hit by light from the top. That's why we put the highlight here on the lower lip. It's being hit by light. And then the upper corner of his lips. They're also facing upward. They need to be hit by light too. And always rotate the picture. So the curve you need to paint is more like following the shape of your wrist. All right. I really like painting in the highlights. They give so much additional shape to it. Here too. Nice. So now let's go to the yellowish and let's make the wrinkles pop. It makes them so much more three-dimensional. Check this out. Here too. Painting wrinkles. Painting wrinkles. And then he has this wrinkles, but only little wrinkles in front of his muzzle. Maybe I want to even put down a little bit opacity. Just gives more structure here. Especially up here, it has to be brighter. Cool. This one is not bright enough compared to the other side. Okay, nice. Can make the upper corner of the teeth also kind of hit by light, right? Just would make sense here. I'm watching a series where they are Scottish people, and when I talk English now, because my wife is American, I almost start talking in the wired intonations like Scots are talking. Every Scottish person who's listening to this string, and every Scot in the graveyard is probably rotating in the grave right now. She's a bonny lass. And some spots. Okay. Let's see what we can do with the background. I'd rather start first with a spotlight. The whole thing. What kind of color do we want to make it? The background. I don't want to make it steal all the glowing power. I don't want to steal the attention of the observer. Here we can go darker. Okay. with spatter brushes. I go in with black on the backside. Maybe it makes even sense. I still need to create a contrast that is strong enough that you can distinguish what is the monkey and what is the background. That is important. So maybe I should actually go darker. I'm just gonna start and try some things out here. Because it still, for me, looks too digital. I want to add more. No, we don't need Batman music. That's better. More texture. Maybe I need thinner. And I copy them into each other. That didn't really work, does it? Yeah. No, no, no. Don't need the whole opacity. Does the monkey have hair like this here and there? No vegetable? Well, then right gotta do the job. No rice? That's not possible. Sprinkling in little things which makes it look a little bit more artsy. Do they have, what do they have here actually? I'm gonna erase at some point, in some places. Right? I'll try a little bit with colorful. Like blobs of color I want to do. With this. I don't know. Make really splashes. No, that's not it. I don't want them cloudy, I want it with sharp edges. It's better. Like that. That is cool. Can add a little bit crazy green. But for the person who was doing actually the task, it was important that it can be seen that it's wearing like these glasses and the watch. That was important. I don't know if I would rather maybe tune down a little bit with the opacity. Or I could go full opacity, but then erase a little bit. I mean here, I think the trick is to do a mask here. And then I go and make a gradient from black to white, just normal one. See? So I can make a gradient what is supposed to show where the dots are supposed to stop. It adds something nice. Here I'm gonna put multiply and put some color in the back, maybe yellow. It kind of supports the emotion of the monkey, right? It's like, bam. He spatters. Right. I think that is not good enough yet. The teeth. Teeth in the back. Okay. Ah, yes, I wanted to do the subsurface scattering too, right? Especially on the hair. Let's try that too. Like when you go into neon, this is too bright. You have like a grayish, bluish. I'll go now a bit brighter. Maybe I can do even the color dodge. Let's see if that works. Let's be a little brighter. Little accents of blue. Here we can do the same. Nah, here it doesn't really work on that side. We have to make it softer. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. Let me save it for now. Then let me save it as a new one. Seven. And I want to reduce. Reduce the whole picture to 1. Where was that again? Yes. So now I can try and do some corrections. make the darks a little bit darker and the brights a little bit brighter. Then I put another one into it. Let's not overdo it with the colors. Yeah, that's too strong. I think I found already a good middle with that. Balance. Okay. That's not it. I want to do a spotlight. Right. Let's save that. And I will take a break for now. Just one more thing I see here. Want to create here a highlight too. Go even further in the white. And I want to. Oh, I don't have any smoothing here. What is that? There. Smoothing. 11% is fine. Boom. There it is. Here too. Make it bright. This one. Alright guys, it's eating time. Thanks a lot for everybody who stopped by. It was really great for you to show up. I mean, I have people watching this stream. That's so cool. I am hungry as hell. I think we really made cool progress here. The monkey looks cool. The light effects are putting really an emphasis. Like here, for example, the subsurface scattering regarding the fur there. So there will be more monkeys to be painted. As I said, it will consist 3 monkey pictures. One is holding the ears closed, one is holding the mouth closed, one is holding the eyes closed. So yeah, you won't get rid of me. I hope I'll see you in my next stream, and see you guys in the next stream.